Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's showing of the Ohio Valley Late Model Series here at Lanes Raceway. I'm here with Tom T, also known as Tommy T, also known as Thundercat, also known as Big Dog Tom. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up by now. But nonetheless, we're fixing to get going Ohio Valley Dirt style. Everybody's out there. They're lined up right now. I'll take you over there, let you see them. Take a look here at the oval. You see all 8 cars lined up, looking delicious. Round robin, 1 of 8. Got some strange music in the background playing. Hopefully it's going to end up being kind of cool. Who knows? Something a little bit different here. Jackson on red, Randy on white, Jay on green, Gabriel on orange, Bruce on blue, Carson on yellow, Glen on purple, Nathaniel on black. Racers, watch your lights. And here we go. We're going to start this baby off. 4 red lights drop out to a green. You know the competition is fierce in this series. Lock gear ratio 929 in the rear. Chat's up, chat's live. If you guys want to come in and chat, we might have to change this music. There we go. Finally got on something. Man, there for a second I was listening to some classical music, Tom. I don't know if that was such a fitting style of music for what we're getting into here now. We got a little bit of rock and roll, a little southern rock sound going now. We're sounding pretty good. Glen Burden out in the lead. Of course, you guys know the battle is still ensuing for Glen Burden and for Jay Latham. Both of them just beating and banging their way to victory. 1 second, folks. We got an issue. All right, folks, I got to take a look at some stuff here. Something went up in the system. We're going to have to restart the race, but give me just one moment here. Let me try to do some work around here, fix something. We're going to abort. We're going to restart the race. Gotta go into options here. We got coast time here. Coast time in seconds, 1 second. Coast time included in race time. Is that good? All right, I think I got it. Sorry if I just yelled in you guys' face. I'm trying to communicate to the racers out here too. Whoop. Boop. There we go. Got it right there now. Busted monitor and all. All right, racers, watch your lights. Here we go. I even got Carson on that one. He was getting excited when I said watch your lights. Carson having a little bit of knee surgery, so he's had a little bit of a disadvantage from the other guy, but it doesn't look like it's facing him too much as he's out here to run the race. A lot of guys kind of concerned whether or not Carson was going to be up to snuff to be able to race against the rest of these guys, but what I'm seeing here, Carson's running pretty impeccable here. 8888888 99999. Of course, Jackson about 1 lap down. He's up on red lane. It's going to be tough for old Jackson. Glen Burden the first to break out down on purple lane. That sent him instantly to Jackson's back end. We got some good music rolling here now. A little pumped up music. I'm feeling hyped. Got a yellow flag and a wreck. Let's take a quick look over here. We see Cassie grabbing the old cars, bringing them back around. Hope you guys like the new camera layout. I think we got a little dubstep going on here, Tom.
A little bit there, most of the while. Yep, definitely a good dubstep.
4 red lights drop out to a green. We got 3 cars, maybe 4 cars. Yeah, 4 cars lined up there at the start-finish line. 1:16 left. Bruce out in the lead. Last time Bruce was here running this series, he ended up bringing home a win, I believe. Nathaniel Burden, of course, you know, he's one of them front runners too. Somebody to keep an eye out, especially in this series. first 3 races I believe that he ran, he was head honcho.
I think so.
You know, then of course we started seeing somebody come from the back. Not here tonight, Guillermo. He started coming from the back, started making his progress forward. He's about mid-pack when it comes to the series season now in the 4 crowns and all of the crowns. But he is definitely a force to be reckoned with. We've been watching races with him. We've been seeing how he's operating. His cars are real smooth and real fast. Him and Randy Kirtley got some similar kind of speeds and stuff. Both of them, you know, had some stuff that they had to do at the beginning of the series, so they're just now getting in the mix. So towards the end, we may see these guys actually be like the cream, rising to the top, you know. Right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Guillermo's in 4th in the series standings. And like I said, he's like cream. He's rising to the top, and he's got some really good motor builds for sure. Nathaniel Burden taking his rightful place there in first place. Just on a fresh set of tires too, I believe. And that baby is screaming, son, down there on Black Lane. Like I said, he is front runner. I remember at the first of the series, Glenn was saying, you know, he got him the car. He says, now, if you don't finish podium, you know, you're going to get your license revoked. You're going to take the car back. And, you know, ever since then, he's been finishing high up on the hog, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
So he hasn't had them revoked yet. And right now he's in good spirits here as he takes home first place right now after the first heat. 57 total laps. That's going to be pretty tough to beat with our breakout at 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
You know, 56 there for Bruce, 55 for Glenn to round up your top 3. We go over here to the standings. Don't mind the IndyCar there for a second. Wrong standings. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Current standings here, Ohio Valley Lawncare Late Model Series here. Glenn Burden, first place. He's representing that pink spoiler very well. Number 1 in the points right now. He's been hanging on to that for several weeks. But right there nipping on his toes, just 10 points behind him, is Jay Latham, as usual. These two, we're starting to see a little pattern develop between these two. First and second. Kind of like we're starting to see a little bit of pattern also between Nathaniel and Jackson, 3rd and 4th there. You know, I'm seeing them start to pop up relatively with each other quite often too. So, you know, Jackson's still in the mix there, fighting for position with Nathaniel. And, you know, a lot more to come for sure. We check out the old pinball cam here. We see old Paul Woosley sitting there, chilling, waiting to get a couple cars. Don't forget, next week, we'll be on the old orange track back in the mix. That's Tom's stomping grounds. Tom, you ready for next week in the Wing Car Series?
Of course I am. Stay ready.
You heard it, folks. Tom says he stays ready. Are you ready? Are you ready for high-speed wing car action? I know I am. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, our chats are live if you guys want to tune in for that. We are live on YouTube, and we are also live on Twitch. Now, as for Facebook, still having issues. Can't help it. Might come up with some. I'll download this thing, Restream chat, so that might come into some handy here later on. I see some of the guys getting their cars put back on there with our new Cam 2. And we're going to be starting here in about 40 seconds. We'll go ahead and leave you here with the Cam 1 and 2. We'll be right back with you. Grab me a drink real quick. Bruce breaking out. All right, minute 52 seconds. Clay, when are you and Robert going to get back in the mix on the old racing circuit?
Waiting on Dreamsicle over.
Dreamsicle? Is that one of Tom's many names?
Yeah.
One of them.
lucky for y'all, we don't start the next series until January.
My season
What
off.
series that gonna be?
Winter series.
No. Really? Really?
Frost series.
Alright, I got the season down pat. What kind of cars are you gonna run?
We may run hard bodies on like GRC or something. I put a thing out on YouTube. I asked the community. I've got 3 votes so far. Everybody wants to do hard bodies. Might do hard bodies on it and GTP. So you already got the LMP. You just need to buy a body.
I got a hard body.
There you go.
The frost.
Just like the Mustang or whatever.
No, hard like it's
Like
gonna
an
be
actual metal car.
no like 124 scale model. So you'll make yourself a 124 scale NASCAR model from the store, like $20 or something, paint it up, make it nice. Yep, and then you put it on TRC. Racing. I got some. Like there's gonna be a black one, a purple one, a yellow one, all colors, and everybody has to use each car when they rotate. So if you go to say your end in the high banks and the yellow cars in the short bank, right? We just go all the cars. Everybody gets to run every one of the cars, and I'm not gonna cheat, you know. I'm just everybody's got to run them, you know what I mean? We've been locking gear ratios down, and trying to get the competition a lot closer. It's been really well, as you guys can see here, just from these numbers here. I mean, 113, 113, 111, 111, 108, 108, 103, 99. It's because they're all locked gear ratio. And we're locking the gear ratios down, and we're putting a breakout. So even if we lock the gear ratio down, somebody else frees the car up or does something to the motor or whatever to make it faster, well, then they'll just break out. See, buddy? And when that happens, they don't get their lap. So you don't want to build like an extremely fast car. You want to build a competitive, accurate car, I guess. Consistently accurate, you know. And if you do that, it's basically stopped, you know. So you're racing against everybody else. I find it pretty cool myself, but that's just me. Now we got the IndyCar series we're doing that in, Ohio Valley, Dirt Lake model, which is running right now. We're doing that in. We're doing the GRC series that way. But Fairview Cup, it's open. You can do whatever you want with it. And the wing car's open. You can do whatever you want with it. So we're still going to have open series, but we're going to have those shut down closed series for close racing. You know, and don't get me wrong. I mean, you look at the wing car, it's open, but these guys are still running close together with each other, even with it being open, because it's so fast. It's just, you know, it's who don't wreck basically wins.
Come on, Shorty. What are you doing?
Well, now I'm talking to Robert and Clay about upcoming series, and I'm also talking to you. What are you doing? Hey, don't forget too, if y'all save your receipt from here, 10% off. A little more.
You get a receipt for getting quarters for $10?
You can. Or you can take it down there and 10% off of your order. You need to.
Day 2. I stopped in there for breakfast. Maybe looks around that corner and looks out there at me and disappears from the back. When Jill come out and said, have you met the new owner? I'm like, I got a feeling I know
Yeah.
But when he was still trying to get a hold on it, off that place on the inside.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody's breaking out. Bruce is
again.
breaking out twice. Yep, he has been fast. Well, he won it last time, didn't he? Last time he was here.
Yeah.
Bruce not currently in the series, but he's coming just to have fun when he can.
That was. Can I have a receipt for my quarters? I want breakfast and stuff.
How we do same day?
Huh?
Print it out for tomorrow.
That same day. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
Don't worry about it. I do that one night for supper.
All right, folks. 4 red lights drop out to green. We got 5 people on the lead lap. Bruce, Jay, Nathaniel, Glenn, Randy, and a breakout. Now they're not on the same lap, but very, very close racing. Already in the 3rd round robin heat, and we got that many people on the lead lap. Incredible. Clay Dame, actually the very first, this is a little trivia for you, the very first person to actually have a late model, Ohio Valley Lawncare late model built here at Lanes Raceway. And I'll tell you what, it's a rarity. I haven't seen it but one time when I built it. I'd love to see it again. I'd love to see it going around this track, see what it can do. My favorite late model driver too, and we haven't seen the Bloom Quest. We haven't seen Bloom Quest go wild out here on the old oval yet. But I'm waiting. I'm still patiently waiting. We still got a couple more races left to go in this series, and you know, you can wish upon a star. You know, that's what Jiminy Cricket used to say. You can wish upon a star, and I'm wishing.
Thank you, man.
I think Clay just may be a little bit scared.
That is like putting you on the spot.
Well, if I know anything about Clay, I know he'd probably be up there in that first position fighting Glenn currently. Glenn right now in first, battling Bruce and Nathaniel.
Be a little hot. Oh, he never let off. He forgot.
Well, the new tires that we got in Mid-America, these hefty-duty tires, the fish rubber on them, they really make these cars handle good.
You will put tape on the tires?
I wanted to. That would have been last race. We ended up doing the Honey 100 instead. But dude, I would do that race. If you come and race, if like let's say you show up next week and race, I will tell everybody to tape their tires, and we'll have a tape race.
Demolition there.
It would be gnarly,
Yeah.
but I will do it. You come next week to race, and I'll make them tape their tires. I got like 4 rows of double-sided tape right now. Tape their tires. There'll be some real dirt slinging going on out here. After that heat, Glenn 168, Bruce 168, Jay 168, Nathaniel 167, Randy Kirtley 163, Gabriel Kirtley 161, Carson 153, and Jackson 152. Very, 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 very close racing here, folks. Just like the standings show, you guys have seen all the player cards here for the night for these people. But nonetheless, let's look at our top 2 yet again here between Glenn Burden, currently in second position with 2,060 points, holding down late model series first position here. But right next to him is Jay Latham in second with 2,075 total points in first place in the Crown Series. So it's really boiling down between these two, and you know, I'm starting to get a sense of fierce rivalry between the two. So we'll see what happens as we progress a little bit further in the series. Now, for the most part, everything's just going to be dropped off here because everybody's got their races. So very small incremental changes will take place. Other than that, it's just going to be some hardcore racing, and that's the way we like it. Minute and 20 seconds left to go, and I'll be right back with you. Is he? Where's he racing at? Yeah. I'm surprised he hadn't came by. Well, that there's Martin Green there. But yeah, I mean, we always want slot car races here, man. That's what we thrive to keep. You seen the shirts that the guys are getting this time? Let me show you. Personalized. Did you get your shirt? Okay. Making sure.
I was just going to tease him with it. I told you I'd actually give it to him when I got done. Told him he done lost his membership card, his key to the door, done lost everything. Kicked out.
So right here's the shirts. Oh.
Yeah, car upside down. Looks like Nathaniel. And
Jules. It's one of the series.
who is that? You got Nathaniel coming off and he was flipped upside down. Followed with
You already got Randy.
Glen.
Like you know.
Oh man.
No, it's just a place. Because every one of the guys gets their own shirt.
Yeah.
They cost more that way, but you know they paid $100 to get the series, so you know it cost me $40 for a shirt. Who cares? They paid for it. I just designed the shirt, and they're pretty cool. And these shirts, man, are high quality. I mean, y'all wore your shirts, ain't you? You ain't wore yours yet? I thought you were in that series. They're nice. Yeah. No, they're better than that.
I love a better car. I like the car.
Telling you, these shirts don't shrink, bro. They will not shrink. Non-shrinkable shirts. Smooth, bro, to the touch. You touch them, smooth. High quality. $29 seconds left to go. Jade, number one in the series. He's back in the mix.
They're wanting to go to Gino.
Back up front. Well, guys, I'm going to get back to it.
All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Yep, nice to see you.
See you guys.
Jay Latham, 216. Bruce Bullington, 216. Glenn Burden, 214. Randy Kirtley, 213. That's your top four. They're battling it out, folks. Jay Latham turning to be a force to be reckoned with in every single series. First place, first place, first place, first place. If he could work out his wing car, you know, is he the new King Kirtley around here? Are we going to have to start calling him Jay Never Loses? Latham?
Maybe.
Heading over to the track mate, Jay Never Loses Latham just lost that right there at the end to father-in-law Bruce Bullington, as Bruce was able to get one lap on him right there towards the end. 227, 226, 223, 222. Everybody's still in the mix here, folks. We still got a lot of racing left to go. We're only 4 heats through. A lot of racing left to go. Like I said, here in the standings, we can see Glenn Bird and Jay Latham there, top two. Nathaniel Burden there still right there on their toes too. And as we can see through the track mate, Nathaniel's about mid-pack currently with 54 on average, 216 tied up with Gabriel Kirtley. Heading over to the player cards, speaking of Nathaniel Burden, let's take a quick look at Nathaniel. Nathaniel Burden is no stranger to slot car racing. Nathaniel, jumping head first, is a front runner to the Ohio Valley Lawncare Late Model Series, winning like the first 3 or 4 races. He's been in our other previous series here at Lanes Raceway, and a lot of times we find Nathaniel up there in the top 3 position. He is always podium, and if you look here in the series here, we can see third place, and his points 1785, and he's currently 3rd place in the Crown. He's 5th place right now in Fairview IT Cup. That is a complete debacle of a race there. Only the strong survive, you know. Nonetheless, congratulations for all of these guys for being so high up on the hog here. We're starting to see several of the guys, same names, popping up over and over in each one of these series. And the reason why is out of the gate, these guys are running hard. Coming up next, 1 minute left to go, round robin 5 of 8. Coming up next, though, we will have the Fairview IT Cup Series, also known as Bloodbath, also known as Destruction Derby, also known as Complete Debacle. That's coming up next. We see Gabriel Kirtley and Randy Kirtley having a little chit-chat there at Dead Man's Corner, pointing at a couple of cars. Maybe they're marking them for Dead Man's Corner and see whether or not they're going to put them in the wall there. One of those cars being Gabriel Kirtley and Jay Latham there side by side. A little strategy never hurt anybody. What do you think, Tom?
No. You know he's worked something out with someone.
I'll tell you one thing's for sure, Tom. After a full day of commentating races, after a full day of talking nothing but slot car racing and these guys, the throat does get a little raw. Last week, of course, I had to take a little time out. I could not commentate last week. My throat was as raw as it is at the end of the day, and I just didn't want to lose my voice. We're back in action this week, and I think, with all this extra added stuff, all the extra cameras, angles, everything, whole lot better scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Dropping out several frames. I don't know where we dropped all those frames out. Nonetheless, we dropped out 1,560 frames. Could be internet issue, most likely. Internet issue all week long here in Livermore. Our website went down. Just a lot of trouble. Bruce Bullington out in the lead, 240. Looks like he's poised to bring home another win here. Not currently in the series, so it would drop to Jay Latham. As you can see, me and Tom here in the booth, enjoying the race just like you guys are. Kind of hard to see today with a busted monitor. Going to have to get a new one. But nonetheless, enjoying ourselves, ain't we, Tom?
Oh, yeah. Of course we are.
242, 242, Bruce and Jay. As we focus in there a little bit on Jay on yellow lane, we can see that him and Bruce are pretty lock-tied, right close neck to neck with each other. As Jay comes on the inside there with Bruce, able to make that pass and pull that position from Bruce. He's got a little bit of advantage there being down low. It happens. Up there on green, though, is Carson. So Bruce had to make a little bit of a wiggle to get through Carson there on green. But down real low there on purple, we're seeing a surgence of Randy Kirtley there as he's pulling the old frosty blue car. Last week made him a wing car body. Called it the Frost King body. 'Cause he's transformed, y'all. He's went from having the Richard Petty blue and red with the red stripe down the middle and all that to a blue car. Went from a blue car to now a frosty blue car, and now everything's just getting frosty colored with Randy Curley. So Frost King, you know. Mention that to Jackson. Guess what he said?
Don't know.
He said, well, you know, if Randy's Frost King, I got to be the Heat King. I said, well, I'm not building you another wing car body. So if you want to be the Heat King, you got to do that yourself. So, anyways, he wants me to build him a body with a King emblem on it and have it be with red and gold. Of course, they do call him Gold Dust.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Jay Latham taking back that lead, but not by much, as him and Bruce are still currently tied, 283-283. Randy Curley coming up in the mix there, 55.8 is their total average. He's a little bit behind the times here with the guys, but matching up there on purple with 57 total laps. Running an impressive 59 laps there on blue, so he's right there in the mix with them with 279. Glenn Burton right behind him with 275. Gabriel Curley with 273. Heading over to the cards here, we're going to take a quick look here at another one that you see out there racing named Carson. Carson's out there in the mix. He was runner up in the Little Rumble. 4th place is what he got in the Rookie Rumble. And tonight, you know, a lot of people were saying, well, he's having some issues with his car, keeping it on and stuff. But tonight, you know what? He's running some pretty good racing. He's staying in there with the guys. He's currently 7th in the late model series, 8th overall in the points. But he's bound to get him some points here tonight. What do you think about Carson? Just starting out, you know, going through as much turmoil as he's been through with his leg surgery. His knee is all cut up from where he had that knee surgery. How well do you think he's done since he's been on that knee surgery?
Still a little hard to tell.
Still a little hard to tell? Well, I'll tell you what. I think since the knee surgery, he's kind of focused in a little bit more. It's been pretty impressive for me to see him working as well as he has. Well, one guy that's not here tonight that maybe a few of you guys are missing to see. He's usually up there in the mix with the guys. And as you can see, he's about midfield here when it comes to the Four Crowns. 4th place currently, trying to get up there into that podium area. Points of 1,615, so he's getting there. He finished 8th place in the LMP Thunder Series. We're talking about the one, the only, Guillermo Sire. Guillermo Sire is the definition of competition, squeezing power out of his cars like an orange, which is also his favorite track here at Lanes Raceway. With Guillermo's precision, he is definitely one to keep an eye on for podium finishes. Would you say that that's a pretty accurate statement there, Tom?
Yeah.
What would you say is Guillermo's biggest advantage out of all the rest of the guys?
Knowing that he is an engineer and he has countless ways to pull out every RPM you can think of out of a motor without people really telling.
I mean, these are true facts, you know, and we're starting to see that. Fairview IT Cup Series 4th place is best so far right now, but he's moving up. Still got about half of the races left to go. Wing Car Series 5th, IndyCar 5th, and Late Model 5th. So he's increasing all the way in every one of those, and more to come. So I think he's on the up track. A lot of times we'll see Guillermo. One of the things with Guillermo, when he gets frustrated and things happen bad, it's like it just all falls apart.
Yeah.
But the kindness of Guillermo is another thing, too, that can't be understated. Last week, of course, in the wing car race, letting Jackson take 3rd place if he could there in the final heat so he could get him a steak. Now, I didn't know that took place.
Yeah, it did.
But, you know, we allow cheating here at Lanes Raceway to a certain degree. And anyways, you know, he says, well, I'm going to pull it off. So he pulled his car off and gave Jackson a shot. Jackson didn't end up getting there. But, man, you know, Jackson, for the first time running a wing car race, I was very impressed. That wing car race went really, really smooth. It's one of the most smooth wing car races we've had. And I'll tell you what, Jackson was right there in the mix, getting 4th place. Took him out to Lee's Chicken. First time he had ever ate there, Tom. First time he ever ate Lee's Chicken. You guys never ate Lee's Chicken, you need to find one near you. This is not an advertisement. This is just a fan video, essentially. Lee's Chicken, best barbecue sauce known to man. And if you want big, fat chicken strips in your chicken strip basket, wow. Their taters, unreal.
Yes.
Making me hungry thinking about it, Tom. Only thing I can think of that's better than that, and this is honest. Two things: Kips to Go in Island, Kentucky. Their hamburgers unreal good, and Livermore Subway. Livermore Subway. I love it so much. We offer 10% off here at Lanes Raceway. If you take your receipt day of here at Lanes Raceway, you can get 10% off down there at the Livermore Subway. They keep their stuff clean. They got great vegetables. They're going to have soup. Did you know they're going to have soup here soon?
Yeah, I heard about all that.
Yeah. And they're going to have those churros, bro. You remember the churros?
Yeah, I do.
I can't wait till they get here. You know, I'm going to have to get some just for our guys here in the warm box up here at Lanes Raceway. Guys love the cookies, so we always get the cookies here stocked at Lanes Raceway. Of course, they get the 10% off. They love the cookies. The big hit right now is that chocolate chip, man. People are loving it. That's almost like a brownie. It ain't a cookie, dude. That's a brownie.
No, that's just a brownie.
And, you know, not to mention the churros, dude. Unreal. I love me some churros.
Sure.
3 seconds left to go. Jay Latham has actually got him a lap up on Randy Kirtley. Randy Kirtley down on Black Lane as we see the end of the heat there to take place. Randy Kirtley coming back in the mix here, Tom. Jay Latham there, 338. Randy Kirtley, 336. Bruce Bullington, 335. Gabriel Kirtley, 331. Glenn Burton, 325. 319, 318. Nathaniel Jackson. Everybody's in it. It's nuts. It's crazy. Tom, what do you think? Who do you think's going to pull it off tonight?
Definitely probably going to come down to Jay, Randy, Glenn, Nathaniel. They're probably my top four.
I think so too. I really do. You know, Nathaniel's always strong. That black
For
car
sure.
of his,
Car's always been fast.
it is. And what's crazy to me is he's running brass pinion and he's running a Cox gear. Hard as can be. I mean, a diamond can't even crack those Cox gears. They're so hard.
Yeah.
About the only thing that can do it is if it's loose on the play in the back, it'll strip it right out. But I'll tell you what, man, he's been able to keep that car nice, bent free all season long. It's been quick. He's definitely been a front runner in this series, as we just made that known. He come out of the gate winning races. He's back in it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I don't want to understate how much hard work Glenn's put into his car.
Yeah.
Just in the past week alone, he's really made that thing quiet. I know you can't really hear it over the microphone, you know, as clear as you can hear. But if you go out there, it is whisper jet quiet. It is super quiet. And Jay Latham, you know, hard dedication and work put into his car too. Randy Kirtley, everything that Randy builds is top tier. You know that.
Oh yeah.
But is his car as quiet as Glenn's? No. Glenn's car is definitely quieter. But I'll tell you what, everybody has a chance at this. We got just 2 more heats left to go, and everybody is just right there with each other. A couple wrecks would signify a lot of things. Now, is that going to happen? Most likely not. It's probably not going to happen. But let's say you just you're lucky. You're in second to last place, and everybody and their brother's cars blows up. Hey, it can happen.
Yeah, it can.
You know, people can wreck. People can tear their cars up. And if they do, you can be poised there to take a win. Every one of these people just within a couple laps of each other. Exciting to see. 20 seconds left to go. We can see Glenn right there on green lane. His car set up. We see Jay putting his new body in there. Not took a whole lot of damage. I was kind of nervous about that because that's a very pretty body. I said it was Caveman, but I believe it might be Mid-America. But it's a Caveman body. But comes with the, you can kind of see it there. It comes with a little air filter, which I think is kind of cool. And Carson down there on purple too. Bruce Bullington up on red. We're going to probably see him kind of fall off to Gabriel Kirtley and Glenn here as we continue on. Randy Kirtley there on yellow lane. He's going to be pretty quick. Jay Latham's going to start dropping off too as he's up on top there on white lane. Really, Jay's just going to have to hammer it home and hope for the best.
Breakout.
Yep, I seen that. Randy Kirtley hitting that breakout. That's exactly what Jay Latham's wanting to see. He wants to see those breakouts for sure. If Jay's seeing those breakouts, what in the world just happened?
Ran 30 seconds. Shut up.
All right, 1 second, folks. folks. So here we are having the same trouble yet again with the TrackMate software. They pretty much all lost the heat there. If y'all noticed, they ran for like 30 seconds and then it kiltered over. So what we're going to do here is we're going to restart the heat. So give me 1 second here. I got to do some work here because I can't see off of this monitor because it's broke. I don't know if we can restart that heat. Guys, I don't know if we can restart that heat. Well, what we'll do is the same thing we did last week. I'll just take all y'all's averages because y'all had 30 seconds worth of racing where y'all did get decent averages. I'll just take your average and then we'll do the math for the 2 minutes.
What we're gonna do is just everybody go to the next lane, and then we'll just run this lane here again after this. There's only one heat left.
Okay.
So we'll just have everybody switch and just omit. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all remember what lane you were in.
Correct.
Okay, that'll work. All right, folks. So what we're going to end up doing is they're going to go ahead and go into round robin heat 8 here. And then after they do that, when the race is all said and done, we are going to start another race up, and everybody's just going to put their cars in that lane, and then we'll add that to the final result, and that'll solve everything. So whenever you guys are ready, just go ahead and hook up, and we'll skip on through. These are some of the issues that we face here with this software. This software does that kind of glitchy stuff all the time. It's very irritating. I have seen there in the ISRA, though, that they're using some sort of different type of software. We might think maybe in the future about getting something like that maybe set up.
Well, so it's the only series I've ever seen it happen in.
Well, there's really literally no reason that, when it's set for 2 minutes, there's no reason it should just reset itself out to 30 seconds.
Yeah. But it's like all the other ones, never seen it happen.
All right, guys, watch your lights. All right, here we go, folks. Sorry about the inconvenience. These things take, they happen every once in a while. It's about once every 3 or 4 races we end up having this happen. It's crazy. I'm glad it was that big because a lot of times it kind of falls under the radar. Sometimes the guys miss it and it's, 15 seconds or something. It just cuts out. But it's very strange. But right now, you guys can see 1 minute 28 seconds left to go. Randy currently in the lead. Like I said, they're going to be running one more heat after this because they basically lost that previous heat. Now, of course, they did get 30 seconds in there. So what we might end up doing is just lower it down to 1 minute and 30. That way nobody's getting any extra laps that they ought not get. Yeah. And there's no records being broke because we allowed them to run an extra 30 seconds. Yeah. But all these guys, man, running very, very competitive. Like from the top to the bottom, it's just the difference between 30 laps, man. It literally is. And these guys are all at different skill levels. They're definitely not all pros. They're not all beginners. It's a variety. And to have, our pros just 30 laps ahead of, guys that are just getting started, that's pretty good. Lock gear ratios and all, the breakouts and stuff, they matter. But at the end of it all, what is that separation of those 30 laps? Well, in 8 heats, they probably wreck 2 or 3 times a heat, where your pros are not really doing that, So there's no loss of time there. because we know that to be true just because of our top 4 people there, Randy, Gabriel, Jay, and Bruce. You know, they're all 386 to 390, you know, right there neck and neck with each other.
Sure. For sure.
All right, folks, after this heat, we're going to take a look at the track mate for a minute. We're going to have to do a little bit of workarounds with these guys' names and get them in their proper positioning. So we'll be right back with you. Just give me a few moments. In the meantime, after you guys take a look at this, 405, 401, 400 to go into the last heat, I'm going to leave you guys here with the standings, and I'll be right back with you. T, you need to get a picture of this real quick. All right, folks, so we're back. As you guys can see from the track mate here, Bruce Willington's going to be on red for, I got it set at 2 minutes. Let me go, well, I don't know if I should do that or not.
Drops to 130.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop to 130. That way it's accurate. Well, we just run 2 minutes. That'll be fine. I mean, what's it going to hurt?
Yeah, you can run the whole thing.
Okay. So here what we got, folks. We're just going to rerun the whole heat. They only had about 30 seconds into it. So we're ready to go. Bruce on red, Jay on white, Lynn on green, Jackson on orange, Nathaniel on blue, Randy on yellow, Carson on purple, and Gabriel on black. All right, racers, take your positions. If y'all want, you can put them on the start-finish line because y'all are getting 30 seconds extra anyway. Dental. think they're all going to move their cars to the start-finish line, probably. They're all getting 30 seconds anyway, so. Yeah, I mean, it's not really going to matter. What it all boils down to is somebody's going to finish ahead of somebody. Hopefully we don't have any ties, but while the race is going on, we'll take a look at that. And it'll boil down to wherever they end up right there, so it ain't going to really matter. This is the final heat. Final heat that was before is not technically the final heat. And hey, it's me, T says, hey there, Donnie. Hello, T. All right, racers, are we ready? Watch your lights. 2 minutes. The final here for the Ohio Valley Lawncare Late Model Series here at Lanes Raceway. Restarting the final heat. Randy Kirtley out in the lead right now with 3 laps, followed by Gabriel Kirtley and Nathaniel Burden. Let's go over some of these numbers, Tom, that we got here.
All right.
So there was a breakout. Sent Gabriel to the bottom. Randy Kirtley currently at 393 laps at the beginning of this. Gabriel at 388. Bruce 389. 388 for Jay. Glenn 382. Nathaniel 377. 367 for Jackson. And 360 for Carson. Ooh, so we get a little flag call here.
It kind of looks like Bruce.
And it looks like we're having a 3-way split here, 16, 17, and 18. And Carson's going to have his car put back at the start-finish line.
Comes down to.
Yep, it's getting very close.
Randy running a great time up there on yellow.
See Jay Latham's car go to the high outside there. He's going to get himself put back at the start-finish line. Definitely not what Jay wants to see for sure.
One wreck can make or break a race for someone.
Yes, it can, and we're very, very close here. We see Gabriel and Bruce there, 388, 389 at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
Jay, 388. So, you know, all 3 of those guys right there within 1 lap of each other at the beginning. So that right there cost Jay pretty big, you know. So see 2 cars go to the outside. One of them is Jay. The other one is Glen Burden. So, you know, Jay there with his fingers crossed for sure. Definitely pleased to see, you know, his arch rival also go back to the start finish line there.
It's all going to come down to this. Last 30 seconds of the heat. This could be anywhere, Jay.
Ooh, we get a car sent to the outside yet again. I think that's Glenn again. So Glenn and I believe Jay might be having a little tussle off possibly. That's it, folks. We got 3 cars coming to rest there at the end. I'm going to get these lap times wrote down real quick. It looks like 58 for Randy. 56 for Gabriel and Nathaniel. 55 for Carson. Is that right? Yeah, 55 for Carson.
Glen 53.
53 for Glenn.
Jackson 52.
Jackson 52.
Bruce 52.
52 for Bruce.
Jay 50.
And Jay 50. Be right back with you. I want to get this calculated up. We'll let you know where the finishers are for the standings. All right, folks, the results are in. Randy Kirtley, first place with 451. Second place, Gabriel Kirtley with 444. Third place, Bruce Bullington, 441. Jay, fourth place, 438. Glenn Burden, 435 for fifth place. Nathaniel Burden, sixth place with 433. Jackson, seventh place with 419. And Carson with 415. Folks, what a race. Thank you guys for sticking around and waiting through that debacle that was the final two heats there for the Ohio Valley Lawn Care Dirt Late Model Series. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we got the Fairview IT Cup race here at 7 or earlier. Just if you got the bell rung, ring it. If you don't, get it rung. Also, get to subscribing. If you made it this far, you love slot car racing for sure. So definitely get to subscribing. If you know some guys that like slot car racing, send it to them. They'll probably really enjoy it. Not to mention, like I said, coming up next, we might start a little earlier. Make sure you got the bell rung. Other than that, God bless you. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this week's Ohio Valley Lawn Care Late Model Series race.